Hi yogis, it's week 19 and we are about to have a practice to stretch your abdominal muscles and any round ligament pain that you've been having. Hopefully this practice is going to help alleviate a little bit of that. So your tools for today, make sure you have a block, timer, and a bolster or maybe just blankets folded up, whatever you have around the house. So this practice today is going to be stretching our torsos pretty easily. And it's going to be a good practice not just for this week, but for later on in pregnancy as you keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Just remember that you have this at your fingertips and you can come back to it whenever you might need it. So we're going to start seated today. Ground down through your sit bones, those two little bony protrusions on your bottom. Place your hands on your knees. Roll your shoulders up and back, placing your shoulder blades on your back. Lift your sternum, stack your shoulders over your hips. Take a few moments to close your eyes. Block out whatever's going on in the world outside of you. Start to come to your mat. Whatever chaos, whatever to-do lists, anything that's been running on through your mind, this is your time, right here and now. Take full advantage of your breath, movement, and of just enjoying being where you are right now. Start to pay attention to your breath, cultivating an even inhale and exhale. If you like to work an Ujjayi breath, inhaling and exhaling through the nose, starting to make the sound of the ocean by constricting the back of your throat slightly. As baby gets bigger and bigger, these inhale and exhales are a little bit more difficult. So instead of thinking about filling up the belly, think about your lungs, your rib cage expanding so that your rib cage is expanding toward your arms and you're filling up your lungs in that way. A few more inhale and exhales here, just settling in. Flutter your eyes open, keeping your hands on your knees. Inhale, lift your sternum, lift your heart, slight back bend. And on your exhale, scoop the belly out, start to sit back. Inhale, lift. Exhale, sit back. Just a little hug for baby. Inhale, lift the heart, roll the shoulders back. And exhale, sit back. Just a little spinal movement there. Sit up tall, back into our easy seat. Take your right hand, grab for your left knee. Again, roll the shoulders back, stack the spine tall, and then rotate to the wall behind you. Hold here. And then on an inhale, take your left arm, reach it up by your ear, and then start to take your whole torso down to your right knee. See if you can't lay your right shoulder on your right knee. Feel the stretch from your hip all the way up to your armpit. Inhale, come up. Coming back to center, both hands on your knees. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, sit back, getting the spine moving. Inhale, lift. Exhale, sit back. Inhale, come up. And last time, exhale, back. Come to an easy seated position. Same thing other side. Left hand grabs for the right knee. Roll the shoulders up and back. And then on your exhale, start to rotate to the wall behind you or whatever it is that's behind you. Hold here, settle in, strong, tall torso. And then on your inhale, lift your right arm up. On your exhale, take your left shoulder to your left knee. Try and keep both sit bones on the mat as you stretch your torso here. One more nice inhale. And on your exhale, come all the way up to seated. Rotate back forward. A few more seated cat-cows. Inhale, lift. Exhale, scoop. Inhale, come forward. Really spread through those collarbones. Exhale, sit back. And one more time, inhale, lift. Exhale, create space between the vertebrae. Come up to a seated position, and you're going to take it onto all fours. And from here, take your right foot all the way forward, stacking your right knee over your right ankle. Keep your back toes flat against the mat, and then sink your pelvis forward so that you're not at a 90-degree angle, but instead you're sinking forward. If you notice that your right knee is past your ankle, just inch your foot out there a little bit further so that you don't have your knee going past your ankle. You can stay here if this is comfortable for you, or take your hands up to your knee. Again, if this is too much on your knee, you can always fold your mat over and kneel on your mat, or put a blanket underneath your mat, whatever works for you. Always options. We want to get our pelvis really low. And then reach your arms up to the sky. Start to release your butt flesh down, sink your pelvis, and grow long through your torso. Grab hold of your left hand, your left wrist, with your right hand, and then bend over to the right leg. So you're creating a crescent shape. So not only are you stretching your lower abdominal muscles, but you're also stretching the side muscles of your body. On an inhale, come up. Release the hands down and switch sides. Again, before you come on up, you can pad the place where your knee is going to be. And this time we're going to take our left foot all the way forward. Sink the pelvis down. Inhale, reach the arms up and overhead. Feel grounded through the feet. Space in your belly, your lower abdomen, and your torso. Your heart is lifting up toward your hands. Grab hold of your left wrist with your right hand and stretch to the other side. Come back up to center, release your hands down, and come back to all fours. Staying on all fours, stacking your shoulders above your wrists, your hips above your knees. Few cat-cows. So same thing that we were doing seated. Inhale, lift your torso, spread your collarbones. Exhale, arch your back, tuck your chin in. Inhale, grow the heart forward. Exhale, push into the mat, broaden through your shoulder blades. One more time, inhale, heart comes forward, belly stretches. And exhale, curl under. Come all the way up onto your knees. And we're going to take the right foot out to the side. Toes are going to point up toward the ceiling. And you're going to face your torso, your shoulders, straight ahead. Take your right hand to your hip, left arm comes up by your ear, and keeping your left hip over your left knee, start to just bend from the waist and reach your hand over. Left hand reaches for those right toes. Hold here a few breaths, keeping the foot flexed, toes point toward the ceiling. And really pull your kneecaps up, engage your quadricep of your right leg. Hold here and inhale. And on your exhale, come all the way up. You're going to switch sides. Pull the right knee in. Make sure you have enough space for your left foot to come out to the side. I run into a wall. So make sure your feet are flexed. Right hip is right over your right knee. Inhale, reach the right arm up. And then exhale, reach for those toes, just hinging at the hip, but still keeping a lot of length in your torso. You don't want to collapse forward. That's not going to really do anything for you. So keep pulling the torso open as if you're trying to spin your bottom ribs to the wall, to the ceiling above you. Feel the space created in your torso. And on an inhale, come all the way up. Release the knees. And come onto your knees. Take your fists into your lower back on your sacral area. Push your hips forward. And then instead of just diving back like we do in camel pose sometimes, just think about arching and creating length in your abdomen, supported with your fists in your lower back. And then spread your collarbones, roll your shoulders back so that your heart is open. As if you were holding a block between your elbows, really squeeze your elbows toward one another. And on each inhale, feel yourself grow longer through the belly area. On each exhale, feel yourself relax. Gaze can be kept gentle up at the ceiling. Bring yourself upright and then sit back onto your heels. Grab for your block. And we're going to place your block probably at a medium height. So go ahead and place the block, not the tallest height, but at the medium height. And you're going to come onto your back so that your block is at your bra line. Right on your spine, starting at your bra line. Feel free to play with it until it feels comfortable for you. If this is too much for you and you don't want to release your head all the way back, take your bolster or your blanket, reach it underneath your head, and then just roll your palms open, spread through your collarbones, and one leg at a time, gently release your feet to the mat. Point your toes up toward the ceiling, legs stay active. So this is one way to do a kind of a modified fish pose with your head supported. If you'd like to take it a little bit further, feel free to take the pillow out from underneath you, rest your head on the mat, and open through here. And relax on each exhale. Gently bend your knees, place your feet on the mat, and then roll over to the side, remove your block. Bring your bolster or your blanket close to you. You want it to go longwise on your mat, and really back it up to your bottom. From here, you're going to lay so that you're supported. If you'd like to take your block, you can place it behind your head as well for a little added support. At this point, at 19 weeks, your uterus is not too heavy, so you can still lay on your back right now, but for the next few weeks, we're going to start phasing that out. So just be aware. Feel free to take your timer, set your time for however long you have, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, however long you'd like to really relax and settle into your body. From here, same thing again. Take your arms, roll the collarbones open, roll the shoulders onto your back. Take your hands to the mat, to the floor. Keep them wide and not touching your body. Palms are open toward the ceiling. Then one leg at a time, straighten your legs down to the mat. And this time, instead of keeping your feet active, we're going to just let your legs fall out to the side naturally. And then breathe here. Feel the support provided by the bolster or your blanket. Feel how you've created more space through this practice for baby. Really massage the muscles of your abdomen and given them life, and given them a little bit of activity. Just notice how you're going to feel after this practice. Is the round ligament pain a little bit relieved? Do you feel as if you can move with less pain? Let go of any ujjayi breathing that you've been holding on to, and just make your inhale and exhale relaxed. At this point, I'm going to leave you for today. Feel free to stay in your Shavasana, your meditation, for as long as you like. And until next week, yogis, I hope this practice provides some relief. Namaste.